Welcome to Hybiz News. My name is Suresh Kochatan. As Aditya Puri gets set to hang his boots at HDFC, he shared the bank's secret sauce last year, offering reasons why the largest private sector lender has successfully ducked any impact from the volley of frauds that hit India Incorporated in the last decade and spared none of its peers. The mantra was simple but hard to implement in an economy still criticized for its cronyism. Friendship and banking are not correlated, and good friends representing bad business risk get nothing more than a coffee. The remarks made in context of how he avoided lending to fugitive offenders like Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi speak volumes about how the outspoken and witty banker, born in Gurdaspur, Punjab, built a formidable institution from scratch over a 25-year journey that has no parallels in India. While heading a foreign bank's operations in Malaysia in the early 1990s, Puri got an offer from Deepak Parekh of the mortgage major HDFC to come back to India to start a bank in an economy which had shifted gears with the liberalization moves. What awaited was hard days of working from a mill complex in central Mumbai's Millland and hiring people who shared the audacious vision to build a world-class institution. Leaving behind the loose life and dapper suits of foreign banks, Puri and his team at the upstart venture shared fizz drinks, wore a footwear brand popular among the middle class, shared a rat-infested space in a yet-to-be gentrified workspace to plan and execute it. Like other banks, it started out as a corporate lending-focused institution, but possibly prompted by changes happening in the economy, witnessing becoming into a consumption-oriented one, shifted focus to the retail segment for both advances and low-cost deposits, courtesy corporate salary accounts. Key to the entire operation was service. The well-heeled, well-traveled and exposed to global best customers were willing to pay a price for it. The team expanded at a frenetic pace. Loan books doubled every leap year, and in a record of sorts, the bank's profits grew 30% every quarter for a decade. When the profit growth fell in 2014, never to recover back to its higher levels, Puri already had an explanation. The bottom line is a reflection of the economic conditions. Mr. Puri, who was featured on the facade of the corporate headquarters of the lender ahead of its exit, is a man of eclectic taste. It is common to see him chew his favorite pan at public appearances and also speak about the gourmet food by Michelin-starred chefs. The ease with language makes the father to actor Amrita Puri switch to Hindi to explain the complexities of banking and economy. He believes in ending his days at 5:30 in the evening and claims not to carry a mobile phone. At a time when peers saw a huge jump in sure assets courtesy and asset quality review exercise driven by the regulator, HDFC Bank was unscathed. When the Reserve Bank of India asked all banks to provide extra for corporate account, it was the only bank which appealed against the regulator's diktats and sought a review. When an account indeed showed stress, it took the hit right away without kicking the can down the road. The tumult of the industry took HDFC to the top of the tables and became the largest private sector bank. In the select media interviews given ahead of his retirement, Puri explained overthrowing ICICI Bank to its approach of staying focused and being consistent in experimenting on a small level before making it big. Except for the merger with the Times Bank in 2000 and the acquisition of the Centurion Bank in 2008, all growth numbers are fruits of organic efforts undertaken by the team led by Mr. Puri. Under Mr. Puri's leadership, the bank emerged out of the shadows of its parent HDFC, and there was a talk of merger between the two in 2015 as well. In the same interview, Mr. Puri acknowledged the impressive growth to the team effort through the quarter century and called himself the first among equals and being the face of the bank. When banks were threatened with disintermediation, Mr. Puri caused a flutter by questioning the high valuations commanded by payment companies and fintechs and asserted that banks like his can better them at the game. He traveled to Silicon Valley to understand the changes and align the bank to capitalize on the same. Even as his peers found themselves ensnared in controversies, seldom did Mr. Puri or HDFC Bank feature there. As against cases, investigation, questioning, expulsion by RBI, the entrenched Puri continued steering the ship. HDFC Bank always avoided being on the wrong side of things, but for blips like the industry-wide sting operation exposing the shortfalls in KYC guidelines, or the discovery of fraudulent practices in auto loans division, which has led to expulsion of a few senior bankers. As Mr. Puri's retirement neared, all the watchers were shocked with the surprise resignation of his longtime deputy, Paresh Suthankar, in 2018, who was widely believed to succeed Mr. Puri at the corner office. After a year-long process, its change agent and long-time head of finance, Shashidhar Jagdishan, was chosen to fill the boots and received complete backing of Mr. Puri, who hinted that Jagdishan was a man he wanted. Mr. Aditya Puri is confident that the best is yet to come for the bank, and the execution of a laid-out strategy will take the bank places, even as he remains tight-lipped about his personal moves. Come Monday, which is today, when Mr. Jagdishan takes over, only change at the bank will be from chicken tandoori, the favorite for the Punjabis, to the Tamilians' favor, Tayar Sadam, he says. Thank you.